Before we get into the software, I do have one more slide to show you to go over with you really quickly, and that is the financial life cycle inside a project management information system. And you can see in this example, it really mirrors the entire project life cycle for the different phases in a construction project. So essentially, in a PMIS, you can establish a project budget. And that could be initial stages of a budget as you're working through those different iterations during the planning stages. You can establish an approved budget for that particular project down to the level of granular detail that your organization wants to track information. From a budget, a bid could be established. And typically what that is taking, say, line items from the budget as an online job costing sheet that can then be provided to the bidders that are bidding on projects. They'll actually be able to go inside a project management information system, access that bid set, that bid leveling sheet, that bid sheet that they're putting in their cost information, as well as have access to the bid set and any addendas, be able to ask questions. And those can all be managed in one process. Once the bid has been awarded, that can actually be converted into a contract, a virtualization of a commitment that can be awarded to that user, that external partner that has access to only their commitment in the system. That commitment, when created, will automatically flow back into that budget representing those costs so that it can be compared against what's approved from a budgetary standpoint versus what has been committed, being able to see the variance between those two values. And it also automates these things. So when those commitments are awarded to contractors or architects and engineers, they'll be able to go in and create RFIs in the project management information system, go through that process to get those RFIs answered. They'll also be able to access their own commitment and create a potential change order against their commitment in the system. Those commitments, those potential change orders can go through a financial approval process depending on organizational need. Once approved, those potential change orders can then be rolled into, one or more could be rolled into a change order. And that change order can be all the information associated with that particular project that the contractor, architect, and engineer needs to provide the owner in order for them to make an informed decision about whether they're going to approve that. And then that information, change order information, will be represented as another cost within the budget that can be compared against what's been approved to spend on that project. You'll also, through a project management information system, be able to make decisions whether you need to approve that change order or not because of the anticipated cost effects it would have on that project. And it also automates that process so that when those folks are submitting those things, it automatically goes to the designated people that are responsible for those items. It shows up as something that they need to take care of and something that they can actually take action on very, very quickly, regardless of whether they're in the office or in the field or at the airport. And then finally, by standardizing procedures around creating invoices or pay applications through a project management information system, really allows for the back and forth collaboration between the external provider and the owner when they're talking about percent complete, documentation provided, etc. And again, because of that financial life cycle, the invoices and pay application information gets pushed back into that budget tool to show what has been paid out or it was at least invoiced against those commitments. Because of that project budget's malleability and the ability for it to be updated in real time by the external providers without any access to that budget, it really frees up the project manager to spend more time managing projects and less time doing data entry. And it also results in reduced time it takes to submit an invoice or get an invoice approved through the system.